Hi all, welcome back to Marissa the Refinisher. I'm Marissa. Today is going to be my third video, I guess part 3 of a series that I'm calling Navigating a Niche Trade, specifically the bathtub refinishing trade. In the last video, I did kind of an exercise where I went through my competitors' websites. It's something that I recommend you do if you're having trouble kind of figuring out what direction to go with your website. It's good to see from the perspective of a consumer what your competitors are doing well, what you think you can do better, and then implement that into your own website. Now in this video we're going to go over my website, what I do here, and maybe it'll help some of y'all out as well. I'm going to break down why I do everything I do on my website just to kind of help you guys understand. I get a lot of praise from customers on my website, but a lot of criticism from other refinishers. And I think the praise from the customers is more valuable than the criticism from other refinishers, because the customers are ultimately who matter in this situation. A couple things off the top. I'm not doing great today, just to be quite honest. I thought about not doing this, but this was an idea I had and I want to see it all the way through. I have an autoimmune disease that is in one of the worst flares I've had in a while. I think just probably because of the holidays, you know, everything last month, New Year, I just have not been on my diet as well as I should be. I drank a lot more over the holidays than I normally do. I'm not a drinker, but I kind of was for a few weeks at the end of last year and into the beginning of this year. And I'm feeling it. My joints hurt, every joint from my neck to my fingertips to my toes. I have brain fog, I'm fatigued. Just bear with me. I'm gonna try to get through this and make it as good as possible for y'all. So, with the help of some matcha that I just made, which probably isn't great for my iron levels, but whatever. Okay, so let's see, where do we begin? I'm gonna screen record here. I'm gonna overlay this screen recording into the edit. So the main takeaways from my last video are, if I am trying to see through the eyes of the consumer, here's what I would want to see more of from a bathtub refinisher's website. More information about what bathtub refinishing is, what all that entails, good before and after pictures, recent before and after pictures, to get a good visual idea of what my fixture is going to look like when it's done, and more of a personal connection with the company. A lot of it, the websites that I found were very corporate looking, very impersonal. I knew nothing about who I would be speaking to on the phone or who would be in my home. That's a big thing for me, is if I am gonna have someone in my home, I kind of want an idea of what that's gonna look like before that happens. So I am constantly always doing new things to my website. I'm always updating it. I'm always trying out new ideas, different wording. We'll go over all of that. A few new things I'm doing this year are in my project gallery. I have decided that for every single project I do this year, I will be putting a before and after picture with the date and the location, like general city, in that project gallery, just to show how many projects we're doing, the variety of projects we're doing, and where in the city. I genuinely have so much brain fog today, I don't even remember what I'm saying from sentence to sentence. So if I'm repeating myself today or just talking in circles, I'm so sorry. I literally don't know what I was just talking about. So we're gonna start with our home page. First thing here, I like to have a lot of information right up front. So bath and kitchen refinishing in Fort Worth and surrounding areas. One thing I'm always surprised to see is how far into a website I have to dig just to find out where the service is provided. So it's right here, right on top. Yes, we serve all of DFW, but I am based out of Fort Worth and prefer working on the west side of the Metroplex. So Fort Worth is prioritized here and surrounding areas. All right, 100% family owned and operated. Kelly and Marissa are a mother-daughter team. I need to make a little edit to my website here where it says team with a capital T. Don't need that there. So glad I'm looking at this in a scrutinizing manner. Proud to provide a 5-year warranty backed by 10 years in business. I'm going to talk a little bit more about warranty and my thoughts on it when we get to warranty page. In membership with the Bathtub Refinishers Association, that lends credibility, even though there's like every manufacturer has their own association and they're all just kind of like, it's just something to say. That sounds good. All jobs are completed by one of the owners, quality insured, fully insured. In Texas, there's no licensing, so anytime I see that a Texas-based refinisher says they're licensed and insured, I'm like, what do you mean by that? Like, your driver's license doesn't count. I used to be an esthetician, a cosmetologist, so I had a state license for that, but for bathtub refinishing, there's no licensure. But we do have insurance, fully insured, which is, I guess, good to note. Bathtub refinishing starting at $565. Right up here, right up front, I have our base pricing. So if somebody is just looking for a ballpark price, they have it right here. They don't have to call. All right, a button to get your free quote. Also up here, click here to email Kelly for a quick quote. That's just another way for me to put my mom's name on there just to give us a little bit of familiarity with the client. All right, meet the team. We have a little meet the team section. My beautiful mommy here. We each have a little section about us. And me, I have a little section about me. So again, that gives the customers just something to see who we are, a little bit of our backgrounds, and become familiar with us. I highly recommend, no matter your team size, if it requires a totally separate about our team or our team tab, have the smiling faces of your team members and even just a little bit of something about them, their names, their positions, just a little something about them is a great way to gain familiarity with the client. This is a section I'm thinking about changing up a little bit. It's just the different services we provide. These don't link to anything. You can just see the various types of surfaces we refinish. Okay, and this is something I added probably about 6 months ago. Kind of as every action has a reaction, so kind of has a reaction to odor-free products being introduced into the market. Central Lock also became introduced into the market around the same time. It is an odor so I just like to add that because a lot of clients are concerned about smells, so this helps add a little bit of peace of mind for our customers. The rest of this, a lot is for SEO purposes. Let me just put a pin in SEO for a moment. Kelly and Marissa, our mother-daughter team, again, our names, familiarizing ourselves with the customer. Mother-daughter team offering a wide variety of refinishing services for kitchens and baths. I highlight that we complete every project ourselves, no employees or subcontractors. And eventually I will have to remove that part. I don't think there's a problem with having employees or subcontractors, but some clients see that as a bit of a reassurance that every job's really going to be done right if one of the owners is doing it. So again, types of items refinish, So this is about our system, this section here, Dallas Metroplex Refinishing Services. Our system, high quality professional grade fluoropolymer top coat that is rated for 24/7 underwater immersion, provides industrial strength durability, and has a depth of gloss that gives the look of kiln fired porcelain. When this coating is paired with our etching cleaner during prep and our Power Bond coupling agent is applied before we spray, we can be 100% confident that your old and outdated fixtures will look and perform like new again, no peeling or yellowing. And then just our process: remove old caulk, clean, etch, repair rust and damage, mask off appropriate areas of the room to avoid overspray, apply Power Bond bonding agent, refinish in our high gloss solid white glaze. Custom color options are available to look brand new. Yep. A couple different things. A lot of this is just wording for SEO purposes. Again, just in the bottom, reiterating our qualifications: 5-year warranty, PBRA membership, resurfacing is our specialty, we're a family business. I do have down here, oh, whoopsie, sorry mate, a little widget for our Google reviews. It shows the most updated reviews down here. I sent out a batch of requests for feedback earlier today, so hopefully we get some updated reviews this week. Again, our picture, thank you for supporting our family business, PBRA logo, our info here. There's a button to call us, a button for our Instagram, Facebook page, email. So that's our homepage. A lot of information, a lot of reading, a lot of getting to know us. Before I go through any other pages, I'm going to look at our analytics and see what the most viewed pages were over the last month, so you guys can kind of get an idea of what the most important things are to have on your website. Homepage is number 1. We had the last 300 days, 262 views on that. On our quote page, we had 202 views on that. Then our gallery page, 71. Pricing page, 63. Frequently asked questions, 30. About our coatings, 29. Warranty page, 20. And then we have a blog that I don't actually update. That's actually hidden and I just have for SEO purposes. Okay, so I'll go over stuff in this order then. So quote page, gallery page, pricing page, FAQ, about our coatings, warranty. Okay. Boop. And I'm going to keep kind of a tight eye on time today because I do have to make it to a yoga class at 7:45 tonight. So I need to leave 7 on the dot. All right, homepage, website, quick quote. All right, so I just changed something on this page as well. We have, again, bathtub refinishing starting at $565. For a quick and easy quote, please fill out this form and we'll be in touch soon. I have a note on here. All forms submitted from 6 p.m. Friday through Sunday will be replied to on Monday in the order received. This gives the customer no expectation that if they are submitting a form on the weekend, they will be responded to. You've got to set these boundaries because if you don't, people will abuse your personal time, and you are allowed to have a personal life outside of work. So this was something that my mom really felt strongly about. She wants to have her weekends. She's allowed to have that, okay? You do not have to hustle 24/7. I also have a little video here that I made. I'm gonna redo this video. I don't like a lot about it, but just because it's not perfect doesn't mean I can't show it. So I have a video here.
Hi, I'm Marissa with Permaglaze of Texas, and I'm going to give you all a step-by-step of what to expect when you're getting a standard bathtub refinish.
It's
First.
what to expect when you're getting a standard bathtub refinish. I visually show the customer what I'm doing while I'm locked away in their bathroom. Okay, so our submission form for quote request is just first and last name, phone number, email address, general location, city or zip, and then tell us more about what items you need refinished, resurfaced, reglazed, and that's it. People didn't really want, we've tried several different things, longer forms, shorter forms. This kind of gives us an idea of what people need without them having to spend too much time on a form and kind of getting frustrated and quitting halfway through. After they submit the form, a little thank you box pops up that says, thanks so much for your submission. We will contact you soon. We will need to see photos of the items you need refinished. So please either text them to us with your name at our phone number or email them to us. So they know right after submitting this, in order to get a quote, we also will need the pictures. I have a couple other disclaimers here, just as thorough communication for our customers. So, due to the growth of Dallas-Fort Worth, it is becoming increasingly difficult to serve the entire Metroplex without additional fees to areas that require extra time, tolls, and gas. Some areas in the Metroplex will include a minimal extended service area fee dependent on distance from downtown Fort Worth. So if someone is submitting from Frisco, Rockwall, Waxahachie, they'll know they're probably going to be in that area that has a minimal extended service fee. They shouldn't be expecting for us to say $565 on the nose for their standard tub refinish. We don't provide estimates. That can change. Filling out this form, sending us a few photos. We will provide a firm quote for your refinishing project. Those quotes are valid for 30 days from receipt. Bathtub refinishing starting at $565. Please contact for a firm quote as pricing varies depending on size, condition, and location. By submitting a form, you agree to email, text, and phone contact from a representative of Permaglaze of Texas, including very rare marketing emails. Your information will not be shared or sold. All very important disclaimers that the marketing email stuff is things you must disclaim. The rest is stuff that I choose to share. Okay, I've got some SEO stuff here. Actually, is it? Oh, kind of just about our process. Yeah, SEO stuff. So that's our quick quote page. They also have the option to click on the banner on top to email my mom or call by clicking this button. I would say, as far as clients we get, I would probably 1 out of 4 actually submits this form. Usually the rest call or email or just text. Most people straight up just text now. You'd be so surprised at the amount of people my mom never speaks to on the phone. It's just purely texting or emailing.
All right, well, I got to pee, and I don't know that this has been recording audio through this microphone or not. I have it on now, it says it is. So if the audio's crazy different from what it was the first 20 minutes, sorry. Okay, we're going to move on to the project gallery, our third most popular page. I try a lot of different things with the gallery page. Sometimes if I'm particularly proud of a project, I'll put some videos of that up for a little bit. Something I'm doing this year, like I said, is every single day that I work, I'm going to post a before and after picture of that job. So at the end of this year, I'll have all of 2026's projects on this page, and I'll probably start that over again in 2027. No AI generated images are or will ever be used in our website. So true. However, in this picture, I took, or on this picture, I forgot to take before pictures. So I used the one the client sent us. Uh-oh, where'd that go? So I used the before picture that the client sent us, and they were standing on the ledge of this tub. So their feet were in the picture, and I did use AI to remove their feet, but the image is still a real image, right? I didn't completely fabricate this before and after. So yeah, I've got our 3 projects I've done this year so far. This garden tub, the baptistry that took me 4 days, and then this tub and tile surround. So as I go throughout the year, I'm just going to keep adding to it. And I think that's just a fun idea, a good idea, especially since I saw shockingly few before and after photos on any of my competitors' websites. And I guess while we're here, I will address my kind of bad attitude in the last video. I think my problem there was I just get kind of sad and frustrated to see that businesses are really struggling. That's why I'm making this whole video series. Like, people who get into trades aren't necessarily like business people, but they want to work from themselves because we're very independent. You know, we want to work on our own terms and be in charge of our own schedules and stuff, but like the business portion of things doesn't come naturally to people who are in trades. I think they just want to do the trade, and they don't get into it thinking about the rest of it. And that's why it's so hard, because you're basically really a sales, marketing, and advertising person who also does refinishing, not the other way around, you know? And it just kind of makes me frustrated and sad to see things that I feel like are obvious that could really help people be more successful, that they just kind of don't see for themselves. And maybe they're doing fine. Maybe everyone's doing just fine and I'm projecting or something, but I just really was not in a good mood by the end of that video. So yeah, here's our gallery page. I've got a ton of gallery. Let's look at it. Let's also look from a mobile perspective. So this is what it looks like on mobile. And just scroll down and see all the different things we do. I try to have a good variety on here, some custom colors, some like worst of the worst tubs, because a lot of people think that theirs is beyond saving. So I like to show the worst of the worst to reassure people that I can also help them. So very rusty tubs, worn out tubs, really ugly stuff before and after is a good idea to have. And then also I'll have a lot of the marble look refinishing, because that's really popular for us for countertops, something we've really carved out a niche in, and antique fixtures are really something we've carved a niche out in as well. So there's that. How do I get back? Let's go back to the desktop view. Okay. What else we did? Quick quote. Oh, pricing and information. Now here is where you've got to let go, where you've got to just put it all out there. Back to full screen. The pricing and information, again, about our process. I overdo our process. A lot of it is because of SEO. Just have to, again, put a pin in SEO, but you have to have certain amount of words on each page in order for your website to be crawled by a search engine's crawlers. That's how your business website shows up on Google, is they have spiders that crawl all the websites with relevant information, and they pull up the ones to the top that have the most relevant information. So you have to have a certain amount of information on each page in order for it to show up. So that's why I have a lot of repeat info on my website. So there's that. Pricing and information. I have all of our services here. So I'll just go over a couple to show. Standard bathtub refinishing starts at $565, which is a standard 5-foot long tub made of porcelain over steel, fiberglass, or acrylic. Can't be confused. Includes up to 3 chip repairs, quarter size or smaller. Additional repair costs vary, so they know if you've got a lot more than that going on, you will have to charge more. Additional cost $275 for manual and or chemical stripping if tub has been previously coated. So whether I have to chemically strip or sand it down, we charge the same because it takes extra time. Usually takes more time to sand than to chemically strip anyway. So it's not like you're doing less work for that. Optional non-skid treatment available for additional $50. I've been considering adding non-skid to every tub and just raising our price and just making it part of it, because I go back and forth about this. Some people really hate the non-slip, but I always get so worried someone's going to slip and fall and hit their head. Like, ultimately, it's up to the customer, I think, and that's their choice. But I don't know what to do about that. I'd love feedback. Additional $150 for custom color. So there's that. Nope. Let's see. Cast iron's a little bit more. Cast iron tubs starting at $850. Same info. Oversized tubs is $800 plus. Any tub over 5-foot length, 3-foot width, with or without jets, made of porcelain, acrylic, fiberglass, or cultured marble. We add in the cultured marble there. Price varies depending on size of tub. Includes 3 chip repairs. Additional cost $325 for manual and or chemical stripping. So because there's more surface area, stripping costs more. Optional service to convert jetted tub to soaking tub by removing and filling all jets and intake valves prior to resurfacing. $75 per jet or valve. Additional $150 for custom color. Okay, so I think you kind of get the idea here. Chip refinishing. I meant to say chip repair, so I will change that as well. Begins at $350. Countertop refinishing. I think my mom really does about $32 a square foot, but I think it also depends on the material or type of surface we're refinishing, where she prices that at. So yeah, full bathroom resurfacing. We have that general pricing. I'm gonna update that because 3,000 is really, really low. I'm gonna say between 4,000 and 5,000 when I update it. So that's usually where it falls. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I'm starting to get like really tired. Okay. So we're gonna still plug through. What did we say the next most popular was? The FAQ. Yeah. Okay. So I've got our FAQ here. I change this up all the time. Is your coating sprayed or rolled on? We specialize in fine finish spray. Whoop. Lifespan of the coating. Everyone wants to know that. Sorry, like I said in video one, I'm right next to the litter box. I have a robot litter box, so if you hear something moving around, that's what that is. The span of the coating with proper care and cleaning, your surface can look good as new for 10 plus years. We will provide a care and warranty packet upon arrival to your home on the date of service. I always give my clients the care and warranty information when I get there, so they have plenty of time to read over it while I'm at their home. Let me know if they have any questions or concerns. Most people set it down, don't even read it, but at least they have it in hand and can't say I didn't give it to them. It's also always on our website, which is why we have a warranty tab. How long does refinishing take? Scope of project and condition of each item will dictate how long the process and overall job will take. Standard tub can take anywhere from 3 to 6 hours. I usually take, honestly, 5 hours, depending on whether it needs to be stripped and or repaired prior to spraying. Shower stall can take anywhere from 4 to 8 hours. I don't know why I put that. It takes 8 to 10 hours, TBH, depending on the condition, size, and what product we're using. Single For the most part, a single item resurfacing project can be done in one day. Larger makeover projects take a few days, depending on project scope. And if the home is vacant or occupied, that does factor into some things. I can work late into the night if no one lives at the house, so I can do things in one day if no one's living there, but no one wants people in their house past like 6 p.m. usually. So, will there be lingering odors? Again, I tell them about our odor reducer that we use, the Central Lock from EAH. While the coating is being sprayed, an industrial blower fan will be used to prevent spray mist from entering other areas of the home. Exhaust system is on while we're working on the fixture and for approximately 45 minutes after we're finished. By the time we're finished, any lingering odor will be comparable to what you would typically experience with household paints. I find that to be very true. None of our clients come in and are like, oh my God, it smells so bad. 90% of people come in and say, oh, this is way less than I was expecting. So yeah. Once there's no spray mist in the air, immediately after spraying, lingering odors are not toxic or hazardous to health. The coatings we use are inert once they are not in the air any longer. So it's not hazardous to anyone's health. Customers will never be exposed to direct spray mist. You should never, ever allow a customer to be in a bathroom while you're spraying, or kitchen or whatever. Okay, if there are members of the household who have asthma, respiratory disease, sensitivity to paint odors, they may choose to leave the home for the duration of the service as a precaution. Okay, how do I clean and care for the tub? How long after completion can we use it? What items can be resurfaced? How long is my quote good for? What types of repairs can be done? What colors or finishes are available? Girl, let's edit this right now. What colors and finishes? See, when I'm looking at things through a critical eye, I see all my mistakes. Well, I guess I'll just remember to do this later. Beep. Okay, save. Exit. Discard changes. Okay. Doesn't matter. Will my fixture look painted? My fixture was refinished by someone else and is peeling. What happened? Can you fix it? Will it happen again? Why resurface instead of having a tub liner installed? Will my tub be slippery? What about DIY tub and tile kits from the hardware store or Amazon? Okay, and then more. Why Permaglaze of Texas? More for SEO stuff. Let's see. Next page, warranty. So this is just our warranty page. It looks a lot more plain here on the website than it does in person. I tried to upload the exact same thing that I give people, but because of the SEO crawlers, it's very specific about what words can be bolded, what things can be, oh Lord, my brain ain't working. Bullet points, where bullet points can be used, different font sizes. SEO looks at all of that different type of stuff. So it's just very plain text here on the website, but it's all the same exact information. So whatever your warranty pages, and I have also considered putting it on here as a PDF for them to download, which may be something I do, but also having the wording there for the search engine crawlers to crawl is good as well. So there's that. Put your warranty up on your website. Lastly, our coatings. So I'm very transparent about what we use. I think that is valuable so that the consumer can see I am not using a product that they are able to get their hands on as a consumer. I'm using professional refinishing projects. Jesus Christ. Professional refinishing products straight from a manufacturer who makes these products specifically for bathtub refinishing. So I have a link to their website here. So for the consumer who needs all the information, which is some of them, they can look at those and actually read directly on EAH's website. I'm not promoting EAH or Shark Grip coatings. It just is what I use, and I have it on our website for clarity to the customer. I don't get kickbacks from them. I don't get paid from them. I don't get things from them to promote them. I'm just showing this purely for the customer's benefit. So basically, odor neutral coatings, excited to introduce Central Lock. So our top coat, which is what most people are concerned with, I put that right here at the top. I have taken all of the wording about everything, all of their products straight from their website, ripped it off so I can't be accused of twisting it or over exaggerating or hyperbolizing or anything like that. So straight from them. Then I have surface prep here. So all of the products I use, from Scum Buster to the etching cleaner to the solvent wipe I use to the 2 different adhesion promoters slash bonding agents to the epoxy primer. So another book now button that links to our quick quote page. And that's pretty much it. Again, regarding SEO, so mostly Google, also whatever the iPhone search engine is. There are parameters that their crawlers need to see in order for a website to be deemed relevant. So it's going to be, if someone types in bathtub refinishing near me, or cast iron tub chip repair, or fiberglass tub cracked, who can repair it, things, anything like that. You've got to have like all of that wording in your website. And I use Squarespace to build our website. Back when I built it a few years ago, it did not have any SEO help embedded into it. So I used a website called SEObility, which as I built the website, I had it crawl it and tell me what to do, how to improve it. And it gives you like a score from 0% to 100%. And the SEO was the hardest part of building the website by far, because if you add too many photos or photos that are not the right size, it can slow your website down and that lowers your score. If you have the same wording too many times in your website, it's seen as like keyword baiting, but you have to have it on your website the right amount of times. You have to have a certain number of words on each page. Headers have to be like, you have to have a header 1, header 2, header 3, and then body wording. So it's a lot, and it's not something that I really understood beforehand. You have to have descriptions on every photo. So these descriptions don't show up on the website, like if you click on the photo, but the search engine sees it when it's crawling your website. So every photo has to have a description. So try to make it as thorough as possible. Cracked cultured marble, garden tub repair and refinish in Allen, Texas. See, restaurant bathroom countertop stone look refinishing. See, poorly resurfaced cast iron bathtub stripped and refinished. Antique cast iron sink restoration, fiberglass tub combo resurfacing, vintage bathtub restoration, grout repair and tile resurface. So things like that on every photo you put on the website has to have a description as well. So that adds a lot to building your website, and it's an extremely frustrating process, but you'll get through it. So anyway, I have to leave for yoga in 2 minutes, so we're going to end this, and I hope it's been helpful. Thank you all so much for bearing with me during this extremely tough video. I know I'm just not myself today. So it just is what it is. But thank you all so much for sticking with me, watching these. And genuinely, I hope I'm helping somebody somewhere out with this. Y'all have a good one. See you next time.